Hello, it's audible, please. Anyone?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yes, good morning, all of you. In last lecture, what we have discussed about the second unit. Okay, we have discussed contents of the second unit. Okay, what are the topics are there in the second unit? Track, DAC, GTO, MOSFET, IGBT. These are the power semiconductor devices. So these are the power semiconductor devices. In first unit, what we have seen? We have seen the introduction of the power electronics and thyristor operation and its characteristics, static characteristics and dynamic characteristics and turn-on methods, triggering techniques and commutation techniques of SCR or thyristor. It is clear? All these things we have seen in the first unit. In the second unit, we have to discuss about some more devices, that is the triac, diac, gate turn off device, MOSFET, IGBT and so on etc. It is clear? So here in second unit we have to see the operation of the all these devices and we have to check the characteristics of the all these devices. Okay, voltage and current characteristics, that is VI characteristics. Clear? Track, DAC, GTO, MOSFET and IGBT. Okay, if we see the operation and the characteristics of all these devices, then we can complete the second unit. Then we can complete the second unit. Clear? So after completion of this unit, after completion of this unit, you should be able to understand. You should be able to understand operation and characteristics of the track, DAC, MOSFET, IGBT, and GTPO. Here means all should understand the operation of the all these devices: track, diac, MOSFET, IGBT and GTO. Clear? At the same time, after completion of this unit, you should be able to draw the characteristics of the all these devices. You should be able to draw the characteristics of the all these devices. All these devices. It is clear? At the same time, you have to know the application of all these devices. You have to know the applications of all these devices. These are the course outcomes. Okay, these are the second unit outcomes. It is clear? So students should be able to understand the operation of the all the devices, track, DAC, MOSFET, IGBT and GTO. At the same time, all of you should be able to draw the characteristics of the all these devices. It is clear? Next, first we will see the track. Already we have seen in last lecture construction of the track. Again I will repeat you in 2 minutes. Again I will repeat you in 2 minutes. Clear? The word triac can be expanded as a triode for alternating current. The word track can be expanded as a triode for alternating current. It is clear? It is same as the thyristor. How the thyristor names comes? The thyristor names comes from thyratron tube and transistor. First four letters from thyratron THYR and last four letters from transistor ISTOR. Okay, last letters from transistor. Okay, then they have given name for the device is thyristor, THYR ISTOR, because its characteristics look like a thyratron tube and its construction is look like a PNP or NPN and so on etc. like a transistor. Its construction is look like a transistor and its behavior is look like a thyratron. That's why they have given a name for the device thyristor. Like the same way here also track name comes triode TRI, and it is operating only for alternating current AC only, not for DC. That's why they have given name for this device is triac. That's why they have given name for this device is triac. It is clear. Next, the triac is a three-terminal semiconductor switching device. The triac is a three-terminal semiconductor switching device that is used for controlling current flow in a circuit. It is one of the most important members of the thyristor family. It is also one of the most important family of the thyristors. It is clear. It is a bidirectional device. It is a bidirectional device that can pass the current in both forward and reverse direction. It is a bidirectional device that can pass the current in both forward and reverse direction. Okay, which means that they connect in both direction conditions of the gate signal, positive and negative. Means here what we would like to say here, the thyristor is a three-terminal semiconductor device, MT2, MT1 and gate. Here by taking the two thyristors in anti-parallel, and these two thyristors are connected in anti-parallel, but gate circuit is common for both thyristors. Okay, like this. Gate circuit is common for both thyristor. Okay, so the track can be made. Okay, and it is having three terminals, MT1, MT2 and gate. It is clear, and it is a bidirectional device. It is a bidirectional device. Okay, and the symbol of the track is look like this: MT1, MT2, gate. This is the symbol of the track. It's a very important point. Keep it in your mind and draw this symbol in your notebook. Clear. And it is a bidirectional device. The current can flow from MT2 to MT1 or MT1 to MT1. In both directions the current can flow. Okay, either maybe a positive gate or negative gate, with maybe a positive gate or negative gate supply, whatever. It is clear. A track can be formed by connecting two equivalent SAs. Okay, already we have discussed. This is the structure of the track. The MT1, MT2 are also called as anode and anode 1 and anode 2, whatever. Okay, the track can be included in a circuit in a way that the current flowing from either MT1 to MT2 or MT2 to MT1, there will not be any current until we inject a gate current pulse at gate. Clear? So what I would like to say here, but the track is also same as a thyristor. It is also required for the gate current, whether it may be a positive or negative, but it requires the gate supply. It is clear. Otherwise, the track cannot be turned on until the gate supply. The track cannot be turned on until the gate supply. Clear? It consisting of 6 doping regions: P1, N1, P2, N2, N3, N4, like this. Clear? These are the PN materials. Okay, these are the PN materials are attached together, and these are the different materials are doping with different regions. This region is doping with some holes and electrons. This material is doping with some holes and electrons, like this. Means the doping ratio is different in each material, in each layer. Clear? A track is a 5-layer 3-terminal semiconductor device. It is marked as MT1, MT2 and anode cathode terminals in case of SAR. Okay, and gate is represented as a G to the thyristor. So whatever see here, MT2 is attached to the P1 layer and MT1 is attached to the P2 and N2 layer, and the gate is attached near the MT1, that is the N3 layer. Clear? This is the physical structure of the track, and this is the symbol of the track. This is the symbol of the track, and physical view of the track like this. Physical view of the track like this. Okay, physical view of the track like this. It is also same as the thyristor. Gate, anode, cathode, but here gate empty2 empty1 like this. Okay, I will see you later how to represent the terminals, how to identify the terminals. Okay, these are the symbol and this is the actual physical picture of the track. This is the actual physical picture of the track. Next, track working principle and operation. Track can go the conduction state if the applied voltage is equal to the breakdown voltage. If the applied voltage is equal to the breakdown voltage, but the most preferred way of turning on the track is by providing the gate pulse. Is providing the gate pulse, either positive or negative. Clear? If the gate current is high, very small amount of voltage is enough to turn on the track. Very small amount of voltage is enough to turn on the track. Thyristor also same way, na? In thyristor also, the thyristor can be turned on. The thyristor can be turned on without gate pulse also. But without gate pulse also, the thyristor can be turned on. But voltage across the anode and cathode is required more. Very high amount of voltage is required between the anode and cathode terminals. It is clear, but that is not a most efficient method to turn on the thyristor. Here also same way, the track also can be turned on. The track also can be turned on without gate pulse, but it requires more voltage. It requires more voltage across the MT2 and MT1. It requires more voltage across the MT2 and MT1. Clear? But it's not a safe method. It's not a efficient method to turn on the track because there is a chance to damage the track by applying the high voltage across the MT2 and MT1. Clear? That's a better way to turn on the track. It's a better way to turn on the track by applying the gate pulse. By applying the gate pulse. Clear? Here, the track can be turned on in 4 ways. The track can be turned on in 4 ways. Okay. Or the modes of operation of the track is like this. First mode, second mode, third mode, and fourth mode. In first mode, MT2 is positive with respect to MT1 and gate is positive with respect to MT1. MT2 is positive, MT1 negative, gate positive. It is clear? This is the first mode. The second mode is the same MT2 positive and MT1 negative. Clear? It is the same. But only different is gate is negative. Gate is negative. Gate is positive in first mode. In the second mode, gate is negative. Clear? MT2 is positive. MT2 is positive. MT1 is negative. MT1 is negative. Means MT2 is positive with respect to MT1 in first mode and gate is positive. And second mode, MT2 is positive with respect to MT1 and gate is negative. Clear? Third mode, exactly opposite process. Okay. MT1 is positive means here MT2 is negative. Okay, with respect to MT1 means MT1 is positive and MT2 is negative. Clear? And gate is positive. Gate is positive. Clear? And next fourth mode is the MT2 is negative with respect to MT1 means MT1 is positive with respect to MT2 and gate is negative. Sorry, it is the positive and it is the negative. Please correct it. Okay, whatever we can see here, just correct it one. Clear? These are the 4 modes the track will be operated. Okay, see the first mode. First mode, MT2 is positive with respect to MT1. MT2 is positive with respect to MT1 and gate is positive, and gate is positive. MT2 is positive with respect to MT1. Gate is positive. Gate is positive. Clear? See here, M2T is positive. MT2 is positive. Clear? With respect to MT1. This terminal is connected to the MT1. Clear? And gate is positive. Gate is positive. MT2 is positive with respect to MT1 and gate is positive with respect to MT1. Means the potential of the gate is higher than the potential of the MT1. It is clear? Next, the potential of the MT2 is higher than the potential of the MT1. Are you got the point? Next, how the track can be turned on in this mode? How the track will be turned on? See here, MT2 is connected to the positive. The junction P1N1 here, this junction is forward bias condition because P1 is connected to the positive and 1 is connected to the side of negative. Means obviously the junction P1 is connected, P1 is a forward bias condition. Next, what will be the junction this point N1 and P2? What about this junction? What about this junction? Forward bias or reverse bias? Can anyone say? What about this junction N1 and P2? Forward bias or reverse bias? Can anyone please? Forward bias or reverse bias, please? Anyone, please? Tell me right or wrong, no problem. Please tell me, anyone? Are you there in online, please? Are you there in online? Mule? Mule?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell the answer? What will be the, what about this junction, forward bias or reverse bias? N1 and P2. ये junction है इधर forward bias है कि reverse
Reversed
bias?
bias.
Huh?
Reversed bias.
How? Yes, that is the right answer, reverse bias. But how? Okay. With respect to this junction, N1 is connected to the positive side and P2 is connected to the negative side. Okay, but forward bias condition के लिए क्या condition चाहिए? P material should be connected to the positive side and N material should be connected to the negative side. But here opposite process. N material is connected to the positive side. P material is connected to the negative side. So obviously, with respect to this junction, the N1 is connected to the positive and P2 is connected to the negative. So obviously, this junction is reverse bias condition. Okay, this is the forward bias condition, but this junction is the reverse bias condition. Means some depletion layer is formed across this junction, like as a thyristor. Some depletion layer is formed across the junction. It is clear. So what will happening here? So how the track will be turned on? How the track will be turned on? By applying the gate positive gate pulse here, by applying the positive gate pulse here to the gate circuit, what will happening? The current carriers are injected into the inner P layer. Okay, the current carriers are injected into this P2 layer. Then what will happening at a particular injection of current carriers? Then what will happening? The whatever the depletion layer is formed at this junction, that is going to be decreased. Whatever the depletion layer is formed at this junction, that is going to be decreased, and at a particular gate current level, the depletion layer is totally finished. The depletion layer is totally finished, and the current starts to flow from MT to P1, N1, P2 and N2, P1, N1, P2 and N2, and MT1 negative terminal of the supply voltage. This is the path for flowing the current. Clear? This is the way for turning on the track. Positive supply the MT2, next P1, N1, P2, N2 and a negative terminal of the supply. Clear? The track will be turned on in this way. The track will be turned on in this way. This is the first mode. Are you got the point? Again, I will repeat you this step. This first mode of operation is a very important mode of operation. Okay, explain the modes of operation of track. You have to draw this diagram and you have to explain. First mode, second mode, third mode, and fourth mode. Clear? See here, in first mode, MT2 is positive, MT2 is positive, MT1 is negative, MT1 is negative, and gate is positive, gate is positive. Clear? Next, due to this, then what will happening? The junction at P1 and 1 is forward bias condition, and there is a path for flowing the current here. Forward bias condition. Clear? But junction N1 and P2 is reverse bias. Okay, because N1 is connected to the negative side, and P2 is connected to the N1 is connected to the positive side, and P2 is connected to the negative side. Clear? That's why this respective junction is formed as a reverse bias. Clear? Next, so we have to remove this reverse bias junction. Okay, we have to provide the path for flowing the current, but here the depletion layer is formed. Here the depletion layer is formed. Clear? There is no chance to flow the current from this N1 to P2, but we have to remove this junction. We have to bring this reverse bias junction to forward bias junction. Okay, so how we can bring this one from reverse to forward? By applying the gate. Okay, by injecting the gate current carriers into this P2 layer at one particular gate current level, the depletion layer is totally finished and the path will provide to flow the current P1, N1, P2, N2 and MT1. Clear? This is the turn on process of the track by giving the positive MT2 and negative MT1 and positive gate. Are you got the point? Next, same way, MT2 is positive with respect to MT1. Means MT2 is positive and MT1 is negative, same, but only difference is gate is negative with respect to MT1. Means the gate potential is lower than the MT1. The gate potential is lower than the MT1. But here the potential of the MT1 is lower than the MT2. Please observe this point. Clear? See here, when the MT2 is positive and gate pulse is negative, MT2 is positive and gate pulse is negative, the current flow will be in the same path as the first mode. Current will be the same path as the first mode. Clear? But the junction P1 N1 will be the forward bias condition. There is no objection to flow the current here from P1 to N1. There is no objection to flow the current from P1 to N1. Okay, because it's a forward bias condition. And then, but here the junction N1 and P2, this junction is reverse bias condition. Is reverse bias condition. So how we can work? We can remove this reverse bias junction. How we can remove this depletion layer? Here, the potential of the MT1 is higher than the gate circuit here. The potential of the MT1 is higher than the gate potential. So what will happening here? Initially, the current is start from P2 to N4 here. Clear? Positive, N4 and negative. Clear? The battery terminals are connected like this here. So the current is flowing through this one. P2, N4, negative terminal of the gate supply. Positive terminal of the gate supply through the MT1, P2, N4 and negative. Here what we are doing here, we are injecting the current carriers in this way into the inner P layer. So by injecting the current carriers and by increasing these current carriers or by increasing the current density in the P2 layer, then what will happening at a particular level, the depletion layer at this junction is totally finished and the currents to starts flow from P1 N1, P2 N2. Clear? P1 N1, P2 and N2 and MT1 negative. Clear? This is the path for flowing the current. This is the path for flowing the current. When the MT2 is positive and MT1 is negative and gate is negative. Gate is negative. Clear? It's a very important. Okay, please observe. Same as the mode 1. Mode 1 and mode 2 is same one. Okay, but only difference is this is the mode 1 and this is the mode 2. Only difference is initially the current is in the current carrier is injected in this way and the current carriers are injected in this way. Clear? Okay, by injecting the current carriers into the P2 layer, okay, we can decrease the depletion layer at this junction N1 and P2. Okay, when this depletion layer is totally finished, when this depletion layer is totally finished, then there is a path will provide for flowing the current from positive terminal of the MT2 P1 N1 P2 and N2 and negative terminal of the supply voltage across the MT2 and MT1. This is the one more method for turning on the triac. This is the one more method for turning on the triac. Clear? This is the second method or second mode of operation. Clear? And third one, M2 is negative with respect to MT1. Just oppositing process to the mode 1. Now MT2 is negative and MT1 is positive. MT2 is negative and MT1 is positive. Okay, and gate is positive. Gate is positive. Again, I will repeat you. MT2 is negative, MT1 is positive, and gate is positive. Clear? So how the current will flow here? Positive to negative. How the current will flow? From positive terminal to negative terminal, from MT1 to MT2. Clear? But here see the operation, how the current is starts to flow. When MT1 is positive with respect to, sorry, MT1 is positive with respect to MT1. When the terminal MT2 is negative and gate is triggered with a positive pulse, when the gate is triggered with positive pulse, the junction P2N2, the junction P2N2 is forward biased and the current carriers are injected like these dotted lines. Clear? Hence the track is turn on, okay, like is same as the mode 1 operation. Okay, here here this junction N1 is and P2 is the forward bias condition. N1 and P2 is the forward bias condition. Clear? But what will be the junction of this one? P1 is connected to the negative and N1 is connected to the positive. Means it will become a reverse bias. So means depletion layer is formed at this junction. P1 and N1. Depletion layer is formed at this junction. Clear? So we have to remove this depletion layer at this junction. Then only the current is can start to flow from MT1 to MT2. So how we can remove this one? By injecting the gate carriers. The potential is increased. And at a one particular potential level at this junction, the depletion layer is going to decrease. And when the depletion layer is totally finished, the path will provide to flow the current from MT1 to MT2 like this, from MT1 to MT2, positive P2, N1, P1, okay, N3 and MT1. Here the terminal is connected between the P1 and N3. Clear? P1 and N3. Okay. This is the method to turn on the track. This is the third mode to turn on the track. Please wait, all of you. I will take the attendance. Okay, rejoin again, please. Rejoin again.